just mess around a little bit more.
Go for it.
My name's Tanner Dickinson, and I'm a self-taught instrumentalist, whatever you want to call it. I taught myself guitar and piano. Piano I started about 8 years ago. I think that's about right. Music, I play all different kinds of music. I play mostly alternative, but I enjoy learning classical stuff. I write or dabble in it, like make up stuff as I go, a lot more than I learn to play like classical pieces or other pieces. Most of my stuff I'll do by ear if I want to learn it real quick. I've got a tune in my head. I'm like, oh, I wonder how to play that, and then so I put it together. Ever since I've seen things like this, I've wanted to get my hands on it, to be able to touch it, to be able to feel it. This doesn't disappoint. I definitely would say that, because it offers you a lot of flexibility with how you want something to sound. Like being someone who plays violin or even like a little bit of guitar, to be able to add vibrato in there every once in a while, it's like baller, adds a whole bunch more, and to be able to hit much harder and get deeper sound, like becomes so much more pungent. I haven't got to mess with a lot of synthesizers, but being someone who plays more so like on a traditional piano, like sometimes I'll add different sounds into it, but I still play with weighted keys and whatnot. I think this is a really good mixture of the two, because it makes things a lot easier, because being able to choose the songs and not having to worry about going back into whatever software you got and like do whatever kind of ditty, I feel like you can do a lot of what you need to do right when you've got it. Like right when you start playing, you've got options. You can press harder, you can make it deeper, you can wobble it a little bit, you can make it a little out of tune. You don't have to worry about all the extra stuff of going into it. I think that's something that I struggle with, because sometimes when I have software, there's a learning curve to every software that you have. And with this, I think it'd be nice. I can just plug it in, I can just go, and I can make a broad range of different kinds of sounds and using different techniques. It is a bit harder to hit the keys on this opposed to a normal piano. But that being said, I don't think it would necessarily deter a learner from wanting to use it, because something that's does kind of push people away from classical piano is like they'll start, and because they're new, it's going to take them a while to get the skills that they need to sound good. So that on top of, it just sounds like a normal piano, whatever, I think that's going to push someone away. But if they've got a lot more options right on hand to work with, it's going to intrigue them a little bit more. It's going to carry them a little bit deeper, rather than you always just have one sound, one piano noise, And if you show someone who doesn't play at all, that they can press this and shake it, they're gonna sit there for the next 10 minutes practicing that alone. Not even anything melodic or harmonic. It's just gonna be that. I've seen stuff like it, and I know that's how I would be too. One thing that I really do like about it is how it's so convenient. It's so small, you could literally tuck it to any kind of car. You want to take it somewhere, play for a little bit, you could. It's no problem. There's not like these things hanging out that you have to worry about. It's very solid. It's like I'm taking a piece of slate with me, and I can just do whatever I want with it. Yeah, that Bluetooth option would be extremely helpful, because then it's like iPad, keyboard, go, and you're done, as long as you're all charged up. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say how much misunderstanding is because I don't practice a lot with like software and such. But when you look at it, you're like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff, and I can tell that I can do a lot with it, but I don't know exactly how. When you know the terminology, everything's so much easier, but if you don't, you're going to be lost for a while. Every day is going to be a new term to memorize. I guess like for me, like the software would be the biggest thing to make it a bit more user-friendly. Just because I don't have a lot of experience at all with it. But if you just handed me this as is, man, I would be plenty happy, you know? I think my favorite attribute is how I can press into it and I get like a solid response. It's kind of like, I was thinking this earlier, it's like a person, because you can, when you grab someone, you touch them by the arm, the sense of touch is very important with all kinds of people. And this, when you press into it, it feels like you're kind of being engaged, like you're intimate with a person. And that's what I think I like the most about it, because sometimes you want to convey that in instruments. That's what we constantly try to do, convey our emotions through instruments. And if you can bridge that gap, make it feel more so like a living thing, like a person, then you're gonna be able to convey that emotion much deeper and much better.